Welcome back to Wine and Spirits. Yay! I think I was out of the shot in that one.
Get it? Spirit fingers?
Oh yeah, spirit fingers. So as you can tell, we had some spirits, and so we're a little bubbly.
Just her.
Okay, it's just me.
She's a lightweight.
I am a lightweight, especially with the. I'm still traumatized. I'm gonna bring it up almost every episode. The Malort.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, even the name sounds like Malort. Yeah.
Bill took another shot the other day.
Oh my god.
Not joking.
How?
And it's right behind us.
It tastes like. it's like
stalking you.
It's like haunting me. No, it tastes like gasoline. Because I was gonna sing the song Gasolina, but it tastes like gasoline to me. Like it's not a good taste at all.
Nope.
That's a mix it with something type of drink.
That's not a mix it type. That's a just don't drink it type of drink.
I don't get it. And some people like it.
Wisconsinites do.
Yeah.
I see you. Nasties.
But yeah, so I forgot to mention something. In our last episode, we were talking about the Hotel Cecil, and there is actually a movie, Dark Waters, that is kind of similar to what happened with her, Elisa Lam. If you guys didn't catch that episode, go and watch it so you know what we're talking about. But Dark Waters is about a mother and a daughter who live in this hotel or apartment building, and like they have like the gross water that people were complaining about, and they go up to the top and they end up finding this girl's like haunting them, trying to like lead them to her, and they found her dead body kind of floating and stuff. So it's kind of the same premise as the other one, but I forgot to bring it up. Yeah, it's not a bad movie, so you should that and Veronica, you gotta watch it.
I meant to do that the day you guys left last time, and then
it's good.
Surprise, I was drunk, so I didn't.
I know. Those foreign movies are the best. They are the best.
Agreed.
Again, if you like our content, like, subscribe, and share, please. And send in your user stories. We love reading them.
Or if you would like us to talk about another true crime or anything that is super interesting, I'd love to look it up and talk about it.
Yeah, anything that you would like us to cover, we can do that too. Yeah.
Did that very seductively.
I'm doing that.
She's really trying here.
I'm trying. But should we get into the one?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what I'm excited about.
So this one is exciting. So this one is a Pinot Grigio. I got this at Trader Joe's for $2.99. $2.99, and the guy selling it was very This sells out within a day when they get it, and it hasn't been here, and it got in today, and I happened to grab a bottle.
Ooh.
So I'm curious because $2.99. That's really cheap for wine.
Yeah.
So it's a little. Ooh.
You're like, ooh, is it gonna taste?
And that's what
like
he said we'd say. So I was like, okay, let's try it.
Okay, let's do it. We'll try it. We'll give it a whirl.
Oh,
it's a twist. It's a twist top too. So
expensive wines come in twist top.
I haven't had one yet.
Are you serious?
No.
You should. They're more common than you think.
They probably are.
All right, I'm just gonna.
I promise I'm not a wine snob. Just a little bit after Italy and Napa Valley. Just a little bit.
She is.
Yes.
Don't let her fool you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bitches.
That's not bad.
For $2.99.
Ooh. So Sam, if you're watching, you would like this.
I don't know if you can see it.
We'll put the
This is
label and
actually
everything
really
description
good
below,
for
too.
Pinot.
Yeah, I like it.
It is really smooth.
And light and crisp. Smells good.
$2.99 at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was expecting it to have more of a foul taste.
That's what I like, the aftertaste to be a little bit bitter.
But it's actually pretty good.
It's fruity, it's crisp. I would definitely buy this again. I'd buy this to serve people at our parties and not tell them the price.
Pinot Grigio, Giardino. Oh, Giardino. Is that that must be the brand. I was trying to see if I can see anything, but I can't because
She
as
needs
you can
her readers because
as you can see, we are above hell, so I can't see. Oh, Venetian region of Italy. Oh, it's an Italian wine. Must be why I like it. Light and crisp. It has hints of apples and pears with underlying tones of something more exotic. They're not going to tell us.
Because it probably doesn't exist. It's the wording.
It's something more exotic.
If there was an exotic fruit in here, it'd be more expensive. I feel like. I don't know.
That's why they didn't name it. They didn't want someone to call them out.
They're like, the Honeycrisp apple is exotic.
Oh, so what I was going to show you, folks, is we actually had a spirit that we captured on our Nest Hello. Nice little plug there. So here it is. I'm going to let you watch it.
Okay. I have not seen it. You guys are so stupid. I got really excited.
Okay, so I have something to say. Okay, so first thing is actually we did get like a weird orb once, and I'm gonna have to show you that video.
That is really funny.
And it popped up as it put like an unrecognized face. So
yeah, you said that.
Yeah, so that was creepy. But this is actually an awesome. It's Boo. So my friend Sam came up with, instead of Secret Santa, we do a Halloween version, and it's called Secret Boo.
Aww,
it is so much fun, and it was the best idea, and we've been doing it, I think I've been doing it with her for a couple of years now. And she got me, which I was
Is that her?
Yeah, it was her and her husband, and I'm so excited that she got me because she got me some awesome gifts. Oh, I'll show you the pictures afterwards of what she got me, but I thought that was like so creative.
I was like really expecting to see a figure.
It was so creative though, and I'm like watching it on the camera, like floating towards, and I'm just like, this is really cool. But yeah, I had to get one in on you. Like, we had a spirit.
They had me thinking, they had this set up.
Great idea, Sam. We were talking about it last night at volleyball, and she's like, you should totally show her the clip and be like, yeah, we had a spirit.
God damn it.
I'm like, that's a great idea. But yeah, I had to show you that.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's cool. Secret Boo.
I'm gonna get booed.
Very, very, oh yeah. That's what we write on our Facebook page. I've been booed, and we show like the gifts that we get. It's so you pick whether you want something scary or kind of like sweet or like decor, candy, whatever, or a mix of both.
Ooh.
And so it's just really fun.
That is fun.
It's a fun little thing, and then it's kind of like.
Do you know everybody who does it?
I know most of the people in the group that we do it with, but it's kind of like a ding dong ditch. You put the basket on, you ring the doorbell, and you run away.
Right.
And so it was funny because one of the times that I had to do it, I had my zip up skeleton hoodie on, and I'm like kind of in this somewhat nice neighborhood. I'm like.
You look like you're gonna rob the place.
Yep, they probably. And there was this couple walking their dogs, and I'm like, it's kind of like Secret Santa. I'm like, don't worry about it. And they're like, oh, we know. And they're like laughing and smiling because I'm like, I pull the zipper down, and I put that down. I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm like gonna mug them or something as I'm running by with the skeleton hoodie on. But yeah, it's really fun. It's a really cool, fun thing.
That is neat.
Yeah, love it.
Damn,
love it. So what were we gonna do for our story today, Megan?
So I will be reading something I found on the interweb. I did not have it pulled up. Hold on a second.
It's kind of going back and forth. It's the title makes me feel like it's paranormal, but I guess when we hear it, I haven't heard it yet, so I guess it's going to be a little bit more than that.
All right, it's about, stabbed and left for dead. A teen named her killers in her final moments.
Oh, okay. Final moments. Okay.
Yes.
I thought she was dead, and her spirit came back and named it. Okay.
All right.
But that's still good. Okay.
Right. All right. When the 4 delivery workers found the woman in the middle of the road, she was covered in so much blood that they couldn't even tell the color of her hair. Whoever had done this to her, authorities said later, had stabbed 19-year-old Lizette repeatedly, then thrown her out of a car near a remote hilly road northeast of San Jose, leaving her for dead. But she wasn't. And in the 2 hours between when Lizette was found in Livermore and when she died Monday morning, she gave investigators evidence that could send the couple suspected of killing her to prison for the rest of their lives. Her internal fortitude to stay alive and to fight is pretty remarkable, Sergeant Ray Kelly of the sheriff's office told the San Francisco Chronicle. This young woman clung to life when she was left for dead and was able to live for another couple hours and to get us the information. She ultimately, that led us to these arrests. They also announced the arrests of Melissa Leonardo, 25, and Daniel Gross, 19. The suspects, both from Modesto, shocker,
Yeah.
just saying, were taken into custody on charges of murder. Leonardo was arraigned on a murder charge Wednesday afternoon, did not enter a plea. Gross, whose murder charge also carries allegations of use of a deadly weapon and causing great bodily injury, had his arraignment to continue. Both remain in the Santa Rita jail without bail.
Ugh. Just look at them.
So
Did she die?
she did die
Oh,
after she was
that's so
able to
sad.
identify her killers, which is insane.
That is.
Like,
And I'm glad that they were caught. Like, does it say a motive, like why they did that to her or anything like that?
so it happened just like this, he said, snapping his fingers at the reporter. I don't know. Just reenacting. I didn't plan to do this at all, he said. I hate myself, you know. I wish I could go back in time, and this never happened. Gross said he, Leonardo, and Cuesta worked together at Carl's Jr. and Tracy, and that he and Lizette shared an interest in Okay, so he worked with her.
Okay, so you worked with Lizette?
Yes. God, could you even imagine, like, your coworker, like, working
Working with you
alongside
and then...
somebody and just... It's insane. So
That's crazy.
he and Lizette shared an interest in skateboarding. The knife Gross said he had given to Lizette for protection. He also told KTVU the three of them had smoked marijuana in the car that night and that Leonardo had nothing to do with the violence. After she was brutally stabbed, Lizette had crawled nearly 100 yards, the length of a football field, to get to the road, where she had some chance of being seen by people in the passing cars.
How many times was she stabbed?
It did not
Oh, it did say, okay.
Not yet. Hopefully they say, because I'm really curious.
Yeah, to crawl that far.
Right. This is where the UPS delivery workers found her. Authorities determined the distance by measuring a trail of drying blood.
Oh.
You could tell it was so bad to where you just had to give her comfort. Richard, one of the UPS employees who had been riding with the three other men on Tesla Road in Livermore around 2 a.m. Initially, he said he and his workmates thought she was missing an arm. That's how much she was stabbed. It looked like she was missing an arm.
God.
She fought like a soldier, like a warrior. The hilly, winding road where she was found is a popular alternative to Interstate 580 for people traveling between Livermore and Tracy, according to Bay Area News. It was also virtually deserted in the pre-dawn hours of Monday. The area is so remote that the UPS workers had to send other people who had gathered at the scene to an area where there were better cell phone reception to call the police.
Jeez. They must have Just kidding.
Ooh. When the first responders arrived, they decided that the best option was to airlift the dying woman to a hospital with an advanced trauma center. But as they tried to save her, investigators asked her questions. The most important one: who did this? I've been around a long time, and I can only think of 2 to 3 times that I'm aware of in our agency that we've been able to get a dying declaration like that, the officer said. In the legal world, a dying declaration is a statement made by somebody who believes they will be dead soon. It's an exception to the legal rule forbidding hearsay in court testimony, and it can hold tremendous sway in a case.
Yep.
God, that girl.
Wow.
In this one, it led to the arrest a few hours after the woman was declared dead. About 10 a.m. Monday, the two suspects were arrested at a home in Modesto, about an hour from where the woman had been found. We were able to act on information from our victim. The sheriff sergeant told investigators recovered a tremendous amount of evidence at the home thanks to Lizette's dying declaration.
Wow. Is your sorry, just off topic. Is your cat upstairs at all?
Leslie,
Do you
is the
know?
cat upstairs?
Why?
I just saw something black just go really quick while I was listening to you. It was like out of my peripheral. So I'm like,
Room.
it just went from left to right. So I don't know where it went in, if it went into anywhere.
Oh my God.
I still do that sometimes. Left,
Right.
how you learned in school.
I don't know. Gracie's on my bed.
Okay.
What?
So when you were reading, I was looking at you, but I can see right there, but I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
and I saw something black just go.
So one of our cats died a couple years ago, and Leslie sees this cat regularly.
Is that what I maybe saw?
It might have been.
Did it look like a fluffy silhouette?
It was just black. I didn't get to see. It
Because
was quick.
probably, yeah.
It was like it just went.
Was it? Could you tell?
It was low to the ground, obviously. Like it was right here in my field of vision. Like it was low, and it just went.
Where's Norman?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, he's probably scared. So he.
Okay. That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie will be like, "Oh, I saw Gracie." Like, oh, okay.
Usually on the stairs.
Yeah, it's usually right over
Well,
here.
I haven't actually seen anything since I've been here, so that was like, that's why it caught my attention. I instantly like looked, and I'm like, what was that?
Right?
I'm like, what was that?
It's crazy.
At first, I thought like maybe Gio went upstairs or something, but
Well,
that story is very sad. I mean,
is.
like, and there was like no motive or anything that said why they.
No,
and it didn't even
and
say
that guy-
who stabbed him
yeah,
or stabbed
it
her.
did. It was her
It was
friends, her coworkers.
But not the guy though, right? Was it the girl, or was he involved in it too? Because he said that he had nothing to do with the violence.
This is true.
So I'm just wondering if it was the girl. Like, was there jealousy, triangle thing going on, or?
It does not say. So I'd be really curious to look into it more.
Yeah, to find out like how many times she was stabbed, that she was able to crawl that far.
Dude, and to know, I mean, to be stabbed so many times, it looks like your arm is gone.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Ugh.
That freaks me out.
That's traumatizing, and just the stain that probably leaves because of how traumatic it was. But I thought, how I heard the title, I thought like she died and she somehow, her spirit came
I mean,
back.
that would
and
have been really cool. I
But
think
that's
that
so
would have
cool.
been made into a movie, probably.
I'm sure someone's probably made a movie along the lines of that, but that's really sad though.
It is
But I'm glad
crazy.
she was able to name her attacker before she passed away, but man.
Like, how do you go from getting high, which makes you relatively chill, to stabbing somebody to death? Like, how does that
unless-
take a turn so fucking bad?
Unless there was something, like if they got bad weed, something was laced in it, and they just
know.
kind of went crazy. I don't know. But you work at Carl's Jr. Come on. Not very stressful. I mean,
Maybe.
it might be.
I don't know. People are rude. No, I mean, obviously, not to, like, kill people. That's
I mean, not.
or result in something like that.
I don't think it would make me that angry. I mean, I've had coworkers in the past that I've worked with that I'm just like, oh, God, they're annoying or whatever.
But would you be like, hey, let's go get high? And
Let's
then
go get
let
high
me stab
and
you
let
to
me
death?
stab you so that your arm's kind of missing and not. No, that's just
God, and
that's
the
crazy.
Fucking mental fortitude she had to have had To stay alive.
And
Just
crawl?
to fucking say those names.
The length of a football field, is that what they said?
Yeah.
The length of a football field. Think about that. And you're bleeding out. That's crazy. But
She's
imagine
a
also the
strong
trauma
lady.
for that. Was it UPS?
There was 4 of them. Too.
Yeah, to witness that and see that, man, that's scary. I would be like,
Yeah, what
oh my
would you
God.
do in that situation if you came across something like that?
I'd be like, what the
Like,
fuck?
would you
Are
kind
you
of black
okay?
out and like just go into almost like a...
It's so hard to say because, you know, when I was working at the jail and stuff like that, you're trained to do, you know, first aid, basic first aid, and stuff like that, how to work quickly in a crisis mode, stuff like that. And so my jail version would say I would try to, like, you know, stop the bleeding, somehow contain the wound until I can get help. But then when you're actually in that situation, it's like you get into a different mode. Like you don't think how you are trained to. Like a good example is when I got into my car accident, all I could think about is, you know, is Gio okay? Because at that time he was a baby. And my trained self would have been taking pictures, doing video, recording the other guy.
Right.
You know, because he ended up lying about it. And we got royally screwed because of that. But it's so hard. In that situation, you say, I would have done this, this, and that.
Yep.
But then when you're actually in the situation, it's kind of like your brain just goes blank.
And what are the odds of like 4 UPS workers working together that night? Because I personally, when I see them working, they're by themselves.
They're by themselves.
So the fact that there was 4 of them, a couple of them were able to stay with her.
The only thing I can think of is California, maybe it's busier. And so that's their norm is to have multiple workers. But I don't know. That's just weird. I only, like you said, I only see like maybe one. I don't think I've ever seen
More than one. Yep.
Same thing with FedEx.
Same.
But yeah, that's an interesting story, and bravo to her. And I mean, also
It's so sad.
Sad that she didn't make it because, you know, it's like it makes me wonder what happened between that time of obviously smoking weed and her getting stabbed, like, and who did it, because he's alleging that he wasn't part of the violence. Like, what does that mean though? So you sat back and watched someone else stab her, or you left, you know?
Which is, I feel like, the same thing. Watching that happen.
You're still an accomplice because you're not doing anything to help.
Motherfuckers should rot.
Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do.
too.
That was another thing when I worked at the jail. I could not read what people were in there for.
You couldn't?
No, I mean, we could, but I didn't
Okay.
want to because you have to remain professional and not treat people differently regardless of
And
what
I guess
they're
that
into.
would,
But it's hard. It's human nature to have a bias when you read something and you know someone's in there, like for, like, if it's for child, you know, molestation or something like that. It's just human nature to not
have a
want
bias
it. Yeah.
towards them. Right.
So, but that's the thing is, people like that, no good.
No. That's really sad.
I was going to ask you about these. These are good.
Okay. These are called Stroop waffles.
Troop?
Stroop.
Oh, Stroop. I'm like, Troop?
So, Stroop waffles. So, we first had these when we were on a flight to Iceland. They ended up, like, instead of handing out peanuts or, I don't think they do that anymore because of allergies, but like just the normal crackers or whatever they hand
pokey
out on
things.
flights, they handed out little packets of Stroop waffles, except they were bigger. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I opened it, we took a bite, and I'm like, oh my God, these are amazing.
Yeah, it tastes like cinnamon and stuff.
There's like
really
caramel in there. They're super tasty.
Those are really good.
But super delicious.
Well, guys, I think that wraps it up for us. Another great episode. Again, If you like the content that you're seeing, like, subscribe, and share. Yeah. We like your user stories, so we want more of them. I mean, we do have our personal, and we do have our stories that we get from the web, but we like your stories better. So send them in, comments, suggestions, anything that you would like to hear, send it in. Yes. We're gonna drink some more wine, and we'll see you on the other side.
Cheers.